Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Jen Hilman, and I welcome you back to part 2 of my gentle series for beginners. And in this video, we are going to be focusing on relieving tension in the upper back, chest, and shoulders. So if you are someone that spends a lot of time hunching at your computer, or driving a lot, or just spending a lot of time sitting, these are going to be some excellent stretches to help you start to get into your body, to start to improve your range of motion and flexibility, to reduce that tension and reduce your pain. So go ahead and like this video, and you can add it to your list of favorites so you can come back and find it again easily. Don't forget to leave your comments below and subscribe to the channel. And when you're all set, go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable place to sit. You can just sit in any way that feels comfortable and easy for your body. You could even be sitting on a cushion or on a pillow if that helps. And as you get settled into your seat, let's just close the eyes down and take a moment to get grounded and centered for this next few minutes of practice. Just taking a nice full deep breath in. Let your mind begin to relax and enter into this time to take care of yourself. Taking another full round of breath, just let the distractions of your thoughts begin to fade into the background. And start to notice what you feel in your body right now. What sensations are present for you? And let your hands stretch forward onto your knees. We're going to begin to move some seated cat and cow. So as you inhale your breath, lift up through your chest and roll your shoulders down your back. And as you exhale, slowly round through your spine, tucking your chin down to your chest. You can gently rock back on your hips and feel that stretch along the back of your spine. Then again, we'll inhale to come forward, lift through your heart and your chest, gently open your gaze towards the sky. Then exhale and curl it in, hugging your belly to your spine as you rock back and stretch. Again, we'll inhale to come forward, a nice big deep breath in, then exhale and gently rock it back, just warming up into the spine. You can take a couple more rounds, moving with the rhythm of your own breath, just feeling deeply, exploring the space in your spine and just starting to loosen things up. Now at the end of this exhale, we're going to begin to move the spine in a circular movement. So reaching the chest forward, then over to the side and around the back, around to the other side and forward. Right? So just give yourself a moment to start to find this circular rhythm, working your spine in a multitude of dimensions, right? So making those big circles and working out the kinks. And when you're ready, you can start to reverse direction and roll your spine the other way. Now, sometimes it can feel a little awkward or a little clunky to reverse directions, but just give yourself permission to figure it out. And eventually your body will start to fall into this nice rhythm. And just breathe slow and deep as you move. Feeling your spine begin to awaken. And we'll slowly make your way back to center, just nice and easy. letting yourself resolve the movement and gently coming back to neutral. And we'll take a nice side body stretch. Start by reaching your left arm up and over, arcing towards the right side. Try to extend through your left arm and actively reach through your fingertips. So we engage the stretch along the left side of your body. Then here, we'll bring your left hand behind your head. Roll your gaze towards the sky and gently begin to press your head back into your hand. So this is going to deepen the stretch into that left shoulder as you reach your elbow up and over. And slowly make your way back to center. Coming all the way up, let the left hand touch down. Then we'll reach the right arm up and over, moving towards that second side. So again, we want to be sure and reach through your right arm. Try to extend through the elbow and reach out through your fingertips. Ground and anchor into the right hip as you stretch up and away. Then bring your right hand behind your head. Slowly roll your gaze towards the sky and begin to press your head back into your hand. So we really take the stretch just right into the shoulder joint. So breathe deeply here. Let yourself stretch. Good, then we'll slowly rise back up to center, letting your hands come back down to your knees. Just take a full round of breath, in and out, starting to feel things awaken. Let's move into a twist. Circle your left hand over to your right knee and let your right fingertips touch down behind you. And we'll slowly rotate in your spine. Now feel free to move in this twist a little bit. So you can have a little exploration and notice where your body wants to stretch. You could play around with the placement of your head, maybe finding a stretch along your neck. Just giving yourself an opportunity to feel around, see what's going on in your body. And we'll slowly make your way back to center and all the way over to the second side. Sweeping that right hand across to your left knee. Walk the left fingertips back as you begin to leverage yourself into a twist. And again, give yourself an opportunity to move around in this shape. So the movement may be subtle, but you can explore the twist and really bring it to life, finding the moments that serve your body the best. And we'll gently return to the front. Now we're going to begin to transition to your hands and knees. So we'll come into a tabletop position. So take your time making the journey, making your way around onto your hands and knees, stacking your shoulders over your wrists and your knees over your hips. We're going to begin to move the spine. So we'll start with that cat and cow. Forward and back. As you inhale, you'll lift your heart and lift your tail. Then exhale and curl it in, rounding your spine. Press against the earth and stretch your back body. Then inhale to open, lifting up out of your shoulders. Feel your chest stretch. Then exhale and curl it in, toning the strength of your core as you round through your spine. And again, we'll inhale to open, nice full big breath. And exhale to curl it in. Now we're going to start to move in those spinal circles again. So now we're in a different plane of movement. We want to tap in and find that circular movement through the rib cage and the spine. So let yourself explore and don't get too hung up on what it looks like. Don't get too worried if you're doing it right or wrong. But just let yourself play with this movement here. And then we'll slowly start to reverse directions, bearing in mind that sometimes it can feel a little awkward, moving in the opposite direction. And just give yourself an opportunity to play around with it until you find that opening, loosening up the spine. And slowly make your way back to center. In your own timing, we'll gently return to neutral. And let's walk your hands forward towards the front edge of your mat. Slowly starting to extend your heart down towards the floor. You want to try and keep your hips lined up over your knees. So the hips are high as your chest melts low towards the earth. Now, if your shoulders are very tight here, you can bring your hands wider apart so you have a broader base, and then you can stretch your heart down from there. So it's a little different sensation. You can play with that option and see how it feels for your body. But most importantly, you want to breathe slow and deep here. Let yourself soften and surrender to the pull of gravity. Then we'll slowly begin to make your way back up, walking your hands back in underneath your shoulders. Then we're going to find another deeper twist. So we'll inhale and open your right fingertips towards the sky, finding a big twist open. Then exhale and weave your right arm under, bringing your head and your shoulder all the way down to the floor. Now, you want to use your left hand to help you get deeper in the twist. So push against the floor and roll your left shoulder back, helping you to deepen that rotation and deepen the stretch in your spine. Now you may be able to reach those right fingertips just a little bit further to the side and deepen the stretch behind your right shoulder blade. So breathe in here and lean into this twist. And as you exhale, see if you can find your way to the edge of the stretch. And on your next inhale, we'll open it back up. Unwind your spine and open your right fingertips all the way back up to the sky. Then we'll exhale and slowly float your right hand back down, coming back to neutral. Then we'll prepare to move to the second side. Inhale to open your left fingertips high, feeling that stretch along your waist. Then exhale to slowly wrap the left arm under, bringing your shoulder and your head all the way down. Then press your right hand into the mat and roll your right shoulder back. Deepening the twist in your spine, you create a little more space to reach the left fingertips a little further across And you may be able to lean a little more into that left shoulder, increasing the stretch. Then we'll slowly begin to unwind, pressing against the earth. Let your inhale open you all the way up. And we'll exhale and gently release the left hand down. And we'll come back to center and sink your hips back towards your heels. And let your forehead soften down towards the floor. So we come into a nice, easy child's pose. Take some slow, deep breaths here, massaging your spine with your breath. So breathing into that space behind your heart. Expanding your breath into your upper back. And take one more full round of breath. Deep and satisfying. In and out. And then at the end of your exhale, start to walk your hands in and slowly roll yourself up to a kneeling position. So we'll be here kneeling on your knees. If this is uncomfortable for you or it's not comfortable for your knees, you can transition and just sit on your bottom. But if kneeling feels good for you, then it gives you just a little bit more liberation in the spine. So from here, we want to circle your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers here and squeeze the palms of your hands together. Begin to stretch your fists back away from your hips and slowly start to peel your chest open, feeling your collarbones broaden, a nice stretch across the front of your chest. And slowly make your way back to center. And we'll inhale to circle your arms up towards the sky, lifting nice and tall. Then as you exhale, circle your arms out in front of you, and you'll cross the right arm under and the left arm over the top. Now you can bring the backs of your hands together, or you may be able to wrap your forearms and bring the hands to touch. Wherever you are, stretch your elbows and your forearms out in front of you. So we round the shoulders forward and feel that stretch behind the shoulder blades. Then slowly begin to lift your chest, reaching your elbows up towards the sky. We increase the stretch in your upper back. And slowly return to center. Take an inhale and circle your arms back up towards the sky. Nice, big, full, deep breath in. Then as you exhale, circle your arms in front of you again, bringing the left arm under and the right arm over. And you can either bring the backs of the hands together, or you may be able to wrap the forearms as well. Then we'll stretch your arms out away from your face. So you want to really increase that tension there, pulling the elbows forward. Then we'll slowly start to curl your chest up towards the sky. And think about reaching your elbows towards the upper corner of your space. Then gently return to center. Circle your arms up towards the sky. Take a nice big deep breath in. Then exhale and circle your hands down towards your knees. Then tuck your chin to your chest, round your shoulders forward, and lean back a little bit. So you kind of hold on to your knees and pull back. As you round forward, you feel a deep stretch along your back body. So we just feel that nice deep stretch. And slowly make your way back up to center. And if you're still kneeling, just sink your hips over to one side. And you can swing your legs around in front of you. Just making your way back into a comfortable seat. Let's close the eyes again and come back to center and observe the way that you feel. Notice the shifts and the changes. So it doesn't take a whole lot to produce a big change. Bring your hands to prayer position at your heart and bow your head to yourself and thank yourself for carving out these few minutes to take care of you. And if you feel amazing right now, maybe you commit to come back and practice again. Keep up with your practice so you can prolong this amazing feeling. And thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to guide you through this journey. I hope that these stretches have provided you some tools that will help to relieve your pain in the long run. And I hope you'll come back to join me for part 3 of my gentle series for beginners, where we'll be focusing on some gentle stretches to relieve tension in the low back and hips. So if that's you, I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, namaste.